Does endometriosis get better or stop once you are postmenopausal? I'm going to be a little bit controversial on this one because I have had a big change around in my thinking when it comes to endometriosis. So let's get into it. Endometriosis is a lifelong, chronic, all over body inflammatory condition where cells which are endometrial-like, so they're not endometrial cells, but endometrial-like, from the uterus go outside the uterus into the pelvic area, and then get this, they behave independently to what's happening in the uterus and cause adhesions and scar tissue. These cells are glandular in nature and they have their own way of behavior independently, and with the scar and also the adhesions, they map down the organs in the pelvis. It's a sneaky condition, it's a progressive disease, and even though we have thought that by the time that you reach the natural transition of menopause, so from perimenopause to menopause defined as 12 consecutive months without a period, it's commonly thought, this is what I was taught at medical school, is that endometriosis, which now we know is an estrogen dependent condition, resolves after menopause because of the declining levels of the estrogen. But, however, I and a lot of clinicians are challenging this belief as more and more cases of postmenopausal endometriosis are reporting. And let me show you the data. This is a good paper to read. There is now data suggesting that endometriosis cells and their supporting cells can locally produce estrogen. Yeah, they become their own cells and hubs producing estrogen. Estrogen can also be generated by the interplay or the interconversion of other hormones in our fat cells. Remember, we make sex hormones such as estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone from our fat cells. And this paper is really important because women who've had a hysterectomy to manage the symptoms of their endometriosis, in fact, what we have found with them is that their endometriosis comes back, but in other places. A hysterectomy does not cure your endometriosis. And we have studies of symptoms of reoccurring endometriosis in postmenopausal women. So that can include pain in the abdomen, sort of in the genital area. Also, abdominal bleeding can occur from, say, rectal, or you can get hematuria. So when you go for a wee, you can start bleeding from there, and ovarian cysts. That's with or without a hysterectomy. So yes, it is possible to still experience endometriosis symptoms after menopause, and we desperately need better research and support for this because endometriosis is a lifelong condition, and I still feel we're grappling and trying to understand how to support women in that phase lifelong, so postmenopause and beyond. And remember, women live up to 5 decades in the postmenopausal phase. I hope that's been helpful. I'll take any questions.